All right, guys, it's Jahlon, and today I'm going to talk about customer service. And in order to do this, I'm going to tell you guys a story about my recent experience with Samsung. Now, I'm not telling this story because I think anything is going to come of it with Samsung. I highly doubt they're ever going to even see this video. And if they do see it, I highly doubt they're going to reach out to me and say, "We're sorry for what you went through." Instead, I'm telling this story because this is an educational channel, and there's two groups of people I think that could benefit from this tale. The first group of people I want to talk to is business owners. And to business owners, I say that the strongest part of your organization cannot be your sales team. If you are putting all of your time, effort, and resources into building up your sales team, then you should expect to sell to a lot of one-time buyers. Because as soon as a buyer has an issue with your support team, they are never going to buy from you again. Instead, your support team needs to be the cornerstone of your organization. If you cultivate a relationship with each and every customer, they will become the heralds of your brand, and they will be lifelong customers. Like the Jahlon family, where we have this setup. Two C27HG7X monitors, bought because they were honestly the best monitor on the market. Well, one of the best. LG makes a comparable monitor, but I've always used LG for my TVs and Samsung for my monitors. Like downstairs, where I have three more of them, a pair of C27FG7s and an S27D590. And my wife uses an S23F351 and a C27F591. Even my 8-year-old gamer daughter uses a Samsung. Okay, it's a hand-me-down, but she's still gaming on a Samsung. So when I say I'm a lifelong customer, in my house we have 8 Samsung monitors. The idea of buying a monitor that wasn't Samsung had never occurred to me until I just got this sexy LG Ultragear monitor that's now the center point of my desk. And why did I suddenly decide to get the LG Ultragear instead of the Samsung Odyssey, you ask? Well, when you accept poor customer service, you come to expect poor customer service, and Samsung, they had their chance with me. The other group of people I want to talk to is consumers. Until consumers start to vote with their wallets, nothing is going to change. So here's a story that will hopefully inspire customers to vote with their wallets, and hopefully some leader, some manager, some company owner out there, or someone who may one day grow up to be one of those things, will realize the strongest part of your team must be your customer support team. Sure, you need a good sales team, but if you have a great sales team and a horrible customer support team, you are going to lose lifelong customers. So there I was, setting up to stream on 27 January. I turn on one of those C27HG7X monitors. I bought them because they had rich blacks, great colors, good response time. Everything about the monitor is top notch. I'd only had this particular monitor for 5 months, and it's the first time I've ever had a problem with any of my Samsung monitors. My main one, I turn it on, it's stuck in iSaver mode. I tried a hard reset. No good. I try to unplug for 30 seconds, hold the power button, replug in. No good. Since the monitor's only 5 months old, I do what any reasonable customer would do. I call tech support. And to my surprise, the guy on the phone tells me, "You've already done everything you can do." We run through it all one more time, but without missing a beat, he says, "Do you have the box?" Now, of course I have the box. And within 20 minutes of my initial call in, he has already sent me an overnight UPS label. Now keep this in mind, an overnight air label to get the monitor to the repair place. That's pretty solid. Now he tells me at first it's going to be 9 to 11 business days. And yeah, that is a bit of time. But then he tells me since I'm using it for streaming, he's going to put a note that I needed back in 7 to 9 business days. That's a little better, and I appreciate him making that note. The next day, they receive the monitor, and I get a text message that says 4 days. In fact, right here, you can see it says 4 days, so I'm thinking, excellent, I'm going to be in good shape. So the 0 and 1 days go by, and no, I did not include the day they received it. That was the 0 day. And into February we go, and it's the 3rd. Now, I could have called them on the 4th and said, what's going on? Because they sent me a text message and they said 4 days. But I didn't, because I wanted to be a reasonable customer. Instead, Thursday and Friday go by and I hear nothing. And now it's 6 business days and 8 days total. And then on February 8th, that's now 7 business days, and this is starting to reach the end of that 7 to 9 day timeline. Now, of course, we have to ask, did they mean 7 to 9 days to fix and then delivery? Were they going to overnight the repaired product? So was it up to 9 days and then delivery, or was I going to have it back on the 9th day? You know what? Maybe I should give you a call. And yes, the first person I talked to was in the service department. The guy is very nice, and he says to me, "Oh yes, your monitor needs a part we don't have, so on the 28th of February, we recommended to the case management team that we need to replace this monitor." That sounds like great news. I'm going to be getting a new monitor. So then I go and talk to the case management team, and I'm on hold for 5 minutes. And they come back and they tell me I have to hold. And I'm on hold for 5 more minutes. And they come back, and they tell me I need to hold, and this goes on and on and on for over 30 minutes. When finally the person comes back on the line and she tries to tell me I'm going to need to be on hold again, I finally have to stop being a reasonable customer and I say, "I'm not sure what the problem is. You're already going to be issuing me a new monitor." And at this point, the customer service train went right off the tracks. She was a little confused at how I knew this. I told her it's right there in the file that the part they need to repair my monitor isn't available, and the recommendation is to replace it. Now, this part of the story gets kind of confusing, and I'm not quite sure how it represents good customer service. I mean, exactly what could possibly have been going on that I needed to sit on hold for over 30 minutes? As you can see, they actually had called me. The case management team called me, so if they needed more than 3 to 5 minutes, why didn't they just say, "Give me a little bit to look into this, and I'll call you right back"? Because I'm not sure how much stuff could be in my customer file that it would take over 30 minutes to read. But that's not even the worst part. What did I get told by the customer service person? "We are going to call you back in 2 days. What? They said because the original ticket gave them a 7 to 9 day window, they were going to spend the next 2 days trying to figure out what to do with my ticket. So at this point, I was hot. But what can I do? They already have my monitor. I'm at their mercy. So they tell me they're going to call me in 2 days. Now, I know very well how this is going to play out. They're going to call me sometime during the day, and that never works. They never call. So I tell them, my Wednesday is pretty booked. Can we set an appointment time? And that wasn't a lie. My Wednesday was really booked. From 10 a.m. through 2 p.m. Eastern, I was going to be streaming. And then I had a medical appointment from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. And I definitely didn't want to miss their call while I was at a medical appointment. And I have no idea what the end of the day for them is. No, we cannot schedule a call. So would anybody be shocked at this point in the story if I told them when we jump ahead 2 days and it's about 14:21 Eastern and I've not gotten a call? So while driving to my medical appointment, I called them, and I spent 20 minutes talking to a customer service rep who told me they hadn't resolved my ticket yet. I mean, I sort of understand how this goes. These monitors are selling for the mid 400s, so they just don't want to give new ones away. And so instead of helping me, he, wait for it, hung up on me. So then I call them back the same day, and I talk to someone else. And finally, I get somebody who resembles something like a good customer service person who cares about their job. They can't fix my monitor. They don't have a monitor in stock to replace it. And at first, they wanted to give me $420 for my monitor, which I thought was a little funny because even without a receipt, if they needed to replace the monitor, you would think that they would have at least offered me $449.99 plus tax, because that's what it was selling for. Well, luckily for me, I keep all of my receipts, and since they said they would reimburse the purchase price, I paid $476 for it, and that's what they were going to give me. So, to Samsung's credit, once I submitted the receipt, they turned around and they gave me $476 for it. Of course, not before trying to get me to take store shop website credit for a monitor that they couldn't send me because they don't have it in stock. So I will give them an A+ on the fact that they did reimburse me my purchase price. However, it took 49 minutes to get this resolved. 49 minutes to get a refund issued. On top of the fact that I'd already spent 20 minutes that day speaking to them, on top of the fact that I'd already spent 41 minutes speaking to them previously. Now, just for comparison, I recently had to do a refund at Amazon, and it took 90 seconds. Now, would I be making this video to tell a story if 49 minutes passed and I got my refund promptly? Well, a Karen would, but I wouldn't. There has to be more. And the big piece of this is they tell me it's going to be 7 to 21 business days for me to get my refund. Wait, what? 7 to 21 more business days? At this point, it's already been 13 calendar days, which in the life of a person who uses a computer every single day, this is a long time. Now, thankfully, I had a house full of other Samsung monitors. But what if I was a poor college gamer who had exactly one monitor? What if I was somebody working from home and I had exactly one monitor? 2 business days go by and they tell me the refund is approved. Excellent. And then nothing until February 18th. And I get a text message. We are processing your ticket. Please use the prepaid UPS label to return the product to us. You mean the product that you already have in your possession that you've had for 3 weeks already? And just because I knew this, I knew we would have this specific issue. I had already loaded the UPS tracking receipt into my refund request. February 20th, text message. Old product for refund has not been returned. Wait a minute. The 20th is a Saturday. If you're working on a Saturday, then why am I only counting Monday through Friday as business days if you're sending me status updates on a Saturday? 23rd of February. The check is scheduled to be sent out this week. And to their credit, the 25th the check was cut, the 26th the envelope was postmarked, and on the 4th of March the check arrived. 16 business days on the refund, 25 business days on resolution, which means it was 36 calendar days the customer was out their monitor. Now, why do I bring this up? Samsung's quality policy statement. We deliver on the basis of an efficient quality system, the best products and services which conform to our customer requirements and expectations. I'm a customer, and your process certainly didn't live up to my expectations. And of course, measuring and improving customer satisfaction for Samsung's key customers. Wait, I guess that's not me. I talk about this all the time. If you accept poor customer service, then you expect poor customer service. And I really was a lifelong customer of Samsung. But now not only am I not a customer, I actually cannot in good faith promote their products because I know there are people who can't afford to be out of monitor for 36 days. And just because I was able to be out of monitor for that long, it doesn't make it right. I'm giving them a lot of leeway because I wasn't that impacted, but at the end of the day, I really was that impacted. All right, guys, that is it for today. Hopefully somebody got something out of this that they can either change at their current business or they're going to change their buying practices and their consumer habits. Or, maybe you want to tell me your story, or maybe you want to tell me your worst customer service experience story, because I would love to hear that because I think those are all good learning lessons. I will see you guys next time. So what we have here is an end screen. I'd like to say a big thank you to all those names scrolling up the right-hand side of the screen. Those are my sponsors over at Patreon. Wouldn't be able to pay the bills without them. For the rest of you, there's videos. Follow the channel, like, subscribe, do all those social media things.